Hello, my name is Bird, I'm okay, and welcome back to Gizzmas 2025 as we continue our journey through the Bandcamp discography of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. We're continuing on with day 13 and the 12th album in their Bandcamp lineup, Polygondwanaland. And that's the last time I'm going to say it, because I have a really hard time saying it. This is the fourth of 5 records released by the band in 2017, with 10 tracks, totaling 43 minutes, 54 seconds. This song opens with another epic King Giz track in Crumbling Castle. This 10-minute behemoth of a track takes almost 25% of the runtime of the album, and it fucking rocks. This song was actually originally written as the second part of the Murder of the Universe album, and you can definitely tell because it fits that vibe. Especially at the 8-minute part of the song where the synths kick in and everything gets real loud. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This whole song has some crazy technical instrumentation with the drums and the bass just playing crazy polyrhythms, doing time signature changes randomly, it seems. Completely flawlessly, might I add. You get the super airy, layered flutes over the quiet parts, which just sound awesome. And of course you get the guitar that happens to play the sung tune of the Crumbling Castle, even when it gets to the crazy part. And when the song explodes and the castle truly starts crumbling down, you hear what could be our friend Hanchumi in the background as well. This is like one of the best intros to any album. This song fucking rocks so hard. The next 3 tracks on the albums are a little bit more low-key, but still deliver some bangers. You get the breath of fresh air with the title track. After the insane explosion that is Crumbling Castle, you kinda need it. And then the castle in the air builds up into the deserted dunes welcome wary feet. But near the end of that track, it slowly fades into the next part of the album, the Horology Trilogy. The Horology Trilogy is Inner Cell, Loyalty, and Horology, all of which make up the first part of a 2-part story on this album. This part is about a lord who rules over a town with an iron fist, and the villagers have had enough, so they try to overthrow him. Well, it turns out the lord does in fact have hands, and he completely destroys this resistance and ends up gouging one of their eyeballs out. That member of the resistance is then cast out into the desert and left to wander until he dies, in theory. Possibly a Dune reference? Maybe? The music part of this album has a super spacey vibe, which is carried by the synth, the flutes, and the bass. Man, that bass, mwah, so good. This leads perfectly into the Tetrachromacy trilogy, which is the ending of the album, where our previously mentioned blind traveler is searching for the 4th color, which he ends up finding, and then he turns into some sort of god. He returns to the castle where the Lord was, wrecks his shit, and then causes probably the Crumbling Castle from the beginning of the album. But if you listen to this album on vinyl, you actually get to hear who our wanderer is. You get the voice of, that's right, Hanchumi. Sonically, the first 2 tracks of this part of the album sound like a dusty cowboy adventure. Then the mood shifts with the closing track, and the guitar work gets insane, and the drum work gets even crazier than that. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but the vocals across this whole album are just fantastic. This album has really big musical and story-based moments, and every time you re-listen to it, you hear something new, and it's my favorite part. I'm always finding new ways to love this album. Let me know what your favorite track is. With all that being said, I have been Bird. I hope you've been okay, and join me tomorrow as we continue our journey through Gizzmas 2025 with Day 14 and Gumboot Soup.